Hi everybody, it's Wanda. So, what I wanted to let you know was I ordered the DecoArt Americana paint that Melly D has been using from, of all places, Home Depot. And they had it in the 8-ounce bottles in the Satin. It's the same thing. And they also have it in other colors, and this is Eggplant. So I got 2 whites and 1 eggplant. So now I'm curious what will happen. So I mixed a base. This is the base coat that's going on. Calls for 7 ounces for this 14 by 14 canvas. You might want to add an ounce for your sides. This is probably 4.5, but I have 3, probably 1.5 ounces there that has not had water added to it, and 2 ounces or close to it here, almost 3 there. No water in any of these. So this one has had water. It's going to be my base coat, so I'm going to put it over there. So I wanted to show you the difference. This is Artist Loft, and this about half and half. And I want you to see the texture of it. It looks almost like half melted yogurt. I mean, it really has body. See how it sits up there on top of that? Okay. This one mixed half Artist Loft and half Eggplant is probably the same way. You can see it's dripping off, but see how it just sits up there? This is with no water added to it at all. This is just Eggplant, but it has equal amounts, which is about, this is probably 2 parts paint, 1 part Floetrol, 1 part Liquitex pouring medium. So this has pouring medium in it. Actually, these have the Liquitex in them. So these 2 have Liquitex. This one has Liquitex plus Floetrol. No water in any of them. So I'm going to add some water and see if I can get them where I think they'll be thin enough to do a ring pour, and see what happens with the 2 different ways of mixing it. I want this smooth and creamy. When I get ready to put it down in the cup, I want it to flow good. And for a ring pour, to me, this is about right, because it's making a little, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's making just a little mound that goes away pretty quick. So there's that one. This seems to be a little thinner. So I don't think it's going to take quite as much water. Don't know if I have enough room in that cup with that white to even get enough water. That one seems to be about the same. It's making a little mound on top that disappears pretty quick. This one seems to be really thick. And when you go folding that water in, it wants to look weird, but that'll straighten up in a minute. Keep mixing. Just keep mixing. Oops. Dribbled. Oops. So I forgot to bring my 7-ounce, 9-ounce cup over here. I'm gonna have to go get that. thought I might have seen a lump when I went to pour it, but I did shake the bottle first, trying to make sure that it was all blended and there was nothing settled in the bottom of it. That looks pretty good. Okay. That's still running pretty thick. A little better. Little tiny bit thick, just a couple drops. Probably should have put more in each of those first couple levels, but that's okay. I don't want to waste any of this stuff. It's got Liquitex in it. These aren't go heavier on now. Oops, that's thick. I don't know if it thickens up on me or if it's just me not being able to judge. But either way, we can make an adjustment. Plus, it's later than I normally do a video, so I'm kind of tired. Could be my brain's not functioning as well. Okay. I'm probably gonna have way too much paint by the time I get all this in there and then use my base. This color is so pretty. I hope it dries pretty. Never used Eggplant before. Oh yeah, that's 7 ounces easy right there. Without the base coat. It'll be alright if white comes out first, because it's going to be on a white base anyway. So I'm just going to dump this on here. My used cup where I washed it out, but it's still got stains in it. Been sitting in the drawer over there for probably 2 months. Try to use, reuse, recycle, save on money. Get that in there. That's where I drip water. Now, I don't know about you all, and I don't know if you've ever thought about this before or not, but I don't particularly like my white base to go over the edge when I'm doing a ring pour. Because then when your colors go over the edge, and you want them to, it waters it down, or it fades it out. And sometimes you don't have the pretty colors on the sides that you had in your ring pour. So I try not to always, depending on what I'm doing, I may not always go off the edges all the way around, but with that white, or whatever my base coat is, but particularly with white. If it's black, it doesn't seem to be so much of a problem, but it's just something to think about. So the white has sunk, so there's not a whole lot of it on top. So I'm gonna stand over here at the end of my table, see if I can pour you a ring pour. I'm gonna look in the camera real quick, see if I've got the camera set up about right so you can see on the canvas. Something right there looks like gunk. Probably came off a glove or something. Weird looking colors there. My wrist pops every now and then and twerks my cup over sideways. And I may be going with the paint instead of staying in the middle. Have a tendency to do that too. I don't do the best ring pours, but then I never claim to. As you can see, my table is not level. So let me get back over here. Ooh, it is pretty. I'm not loving that. I don't like using that thing, and I think my tweezers are over on the across the room. Fall down. Bring it back to the middle. This time I'm going to go to that corner because sometimes I think I screw up by coming this way. Although I really don't like the idea of doing that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it the way I always do. After all, this is an experiment anyway. To see what happens with these paints mixed this way. Ooh, I actually like that. So now, good thing I had a lot of paint. I have a lumpy dumpy right here. Something, and I can't mess with it because it's gonna mess up the whole thing. That's why I needed my tweezers. Fix that corner a little bit right there. Because now I've gotten too swoopy. This is too much, but that's because I had so much paint. Okay. I'm almost sure if I went and looked in my toolbox, I'd find another pair of tweezers. And it's just in the other side of the basement. That frustrates me. I think that was just a thick piece of paint. I have to say, this is pretty. That's a pretty. Got a lot of bubbles in it. I think this would make a really cute, cool galaxy type painting. I don't know what I want to do about all this extra paint on here now. If I want to leave it, I really don't like that place, but I don't want to tilt off all this pretty dark purple either. I did not get Melly D's cloud effect. So I don't know if that was because I had Floetrol in the dark purple. I wouldn't, and in the base coat, which I wouldn't think that would make that much difference, but it might. I just messed up this corner. I really don't know. I really don't know. That's not dark enough. Should have tipped it on off just a little bit more, but I was being cautious with my paint. So I'll fix my corner, probably more than one, and then I'll take the camera down. We'll do a little close-up, and you can see, but I'm going to torch it first because I have a lot of bubbles. Ton of bubbles. Wonder if I stretched it more, if it would go more cloudy. That's a thought. Still moving. Might get that place I didn't like where the lump was off. See what happens. Wish my table was level. Okay. Let's stop for now, and then I'll time it. I'll tell you how many minutes it's been. I'll do a follow-up little short video, and we'll see if this goes more of the cloudy effect. I don't really want to stretch it side to side. I probably could stretch it out a little bit more side to side, but I love this pattern, I think, and I love these colors. This eggplant is a keeper. So I will get back with you in a few minutes. Okay, it has been about 8 or 9 minutes, and to me it really hasn't changed much. I'll make a confession. I did tilt a little more off that end, and there was just a lot of paint on it, and it was trying to run off that way anyway because of my table, so I went ahead and took a little bit more off. But honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I like it. And I think I'm going to keep it the way it is. So, even the inside doesn't look too bad in that middle ring. So, alrighty, that's how it turned out. And I think this will be one that I send my sister because she loves this color. So I think I'll do that. I'll send this one to my sister Carolyn. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, evening, morning, night, whatever part of the world you're in. And I appreciate it. And if you like what I'm doing, then don't mind spending a few minutes with me at a time. Please subscribe, consider subscribing, and I'll bring you more. Thank you.